Excellent, thank you. Well, I'd like to first start by thanking the Saudi Water Authority for their hospitality, for gathering us all here. I'm going to share a little bit about Ebb Carbon, how we do what we do, and then talk a little bit about the work we're doing in Saudi Arabia. So Ebb addresses two critical challenges, world problems, one focused on climate change and the other on freshwater scarcity. And these are two very intriguing problems. In the GCC region alone, we're seeing dramatic growth in water consumption due to economic growth and population growth. And if we're going to hit the goals of the Paris Agreement, we need to remove 10 billion tons of CO2 from the atmosphere every year. This is a challenge, but Ebb can turn this from a cost into an economic opportunity. And so we help our partners profit by solving these problems. I'm from California, and there's a lot of buzz in California around some of the recent Saudi investments in artificial intelligence. And AI requires infrastructure that uses energy and uses water for cooling, and this creates climate emissions and water use. And so it's no surprise that some of our biggest customers are companies like Microsoft and Google that are some of the biggest hyperscalers in the AI space. Desalination is essential to economic growth and water security in the region. And we can create additional commodities that can be created as exports, and we can create dramatic impact on climate change and environmental benefits. And all of this at a tremendous scale. Just existing desalination plants alone can deliver 1 billion tons of carbon removal per year. And we can create tens of billions of dollars of additional economic value. Desalination plants are already moving massive amounts of salt water, and so we don't have to build a lot of new infrastructure. Streams into multiple values. The low salinity waste stream, we recycle that back to the desal plant, and we can help reduce the energy intensity and produce more water with that desal plant. The acid and base, we can sell it as valuable commodities into the chemical markets. And then if we return some of the base to the ocean, we accelerate a natural process in the ocean that converts CO2 to another more stable, safe form of carbon in the ocean that ultimately we can quantify and remove CO2 from the air. We sell that to companies like Microsoft. All of this delivers additional environmental benefits. So we're removing CO2 from the air. We're also amending the ocean in a way that reduces ocean acidification. The carbon removal market is tens of billions of dollars today and growing quickly, and these industrial co-products are well-established markets that also continue to grow. When we deliver the low salinity waste stream to the front of the desal plant, this has significant change. Add those two benefits up, we can dramatically improve the free cash flow of that desal plant. And so this is either more profit for our partners or maybe more importantly, lower cost of water. If you add the other revenue streams, the chemical co-products in our space, customers like Microsoft and Stripe and Google, scientific partners like the Department of Energy and NOAA in the US, and then third-party verifiers like Isometric. And so all of this is demonstrating safety and efficacy. We've been around for more than 5 years, almost 5 years, and companies like Tesla, SolarCity, SunPower. We're a team that's built companies. And so let me focus a bit more on what we're doing in Saudi Arabia. So the work we do advances many of the strategic objectives of the region. Saudi Arabia has some very specific advantages, some opportunities here to excel advancing and scaling Ebb's technology. Saudi Arabia has the largest and fastest growing fleet of desalination plants. And so there's strategic mutual interest there in terms of our feedstock and our ability to improve that industry. There's also industries that consume the chemical co-products, the acids and the bases, like the aluminum industry. And then here we also have access to some of the cheapest clean solar power in the world. And so all of that aligns quite heavily to a pathway to scale and success. And then strategically, we align quite well with the Vision 2030 and other broader climate initiatives that have been advanced in Saudi Arabia. And so, all of this contributes to the potential for economic growth. We can enable Saudi Arabia to deliver carbon reduction as well as create new growth and export economies. While doing it, we can establish help grow and advance the economy. And so the Saudi Water Authority has taken this into action. We are Saudi Water Authority alone has the potential for up to 85 megatons of carbon dioxide removal with their fleet alone. So massive scale, and we're excited to be taking action with them. And so, next year we're going to be building a pilot plant at the Jubail site, and then as we advance the strategic initiatives within the kingdom. And all of this is advancing these climate goals and other goals around water security while creating potential for economic development. So we're excited to be here and appreciate your interest. Thank you.